the previous session, we discussed about the add or drop of multiplexing techniques, OIDM, optical add drop multiplexers, and dense WDM systems, etc. Then that's all about the WDMs and related topics. Then today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is Li-Fi technology. I think all of you familiar with, or I think the term is familiar to you, the Li-Fi, as similar to the Wi-Fi wireless fidelity is a light fidelity, Li-Fi technology. Li-Fi or light fidelity is a light-based Wi-Fi, actually, light-based Wi-Fi. It uses light instead of radio waves to transmit information. I think in Wi-Fi, that it's the radio waves are used for the transmission. Here in Li-Fi, the light is used instead of radio waves that should transmit the information. It has a speed greater than 10 Gbps. Instead of Wi-Fi modem, Li-Fi would use a transverse filtered LED lamps that can use as a light in a room as well as a transmit or receive information. It is a method of the transmission of data through the illumination, that is sending a data through a LED light bulb that varies the intensity faster than human eye can follow. Li-Fi data is fixed by LED bulb out fitted with a chip that modulates the light, and it is received by a photoreceptors. So issues regarding the radio spectrum there, in case while we are using the Wi-Fi, that is there are some issues regarding the radio spectrum. Capacity is limited, less availability, less efficiency, security issues. So here the Li-Fi is more advantageous, and LED can be switched on or off very quickly, which give nice opportunity for a data transfer in this form of binary code. Switching on an LED, there is a logic 1, and switching off an LED is a logic 0. It is possible to encode the data into LEDs by using a controller. We just have to vary at which LEDs flicker depending on the data we want to encode to give difference by strings of zeros and ones. So main components: high brightness white LEDs act as a communication source, and silicon photodiodes, which shows a good response to visible light region. These two are the main components: high brightness white LED and the silicon photodiodes. So applications are smart lighting, mobile connectivity, toys, hospitals and healthcare, underwater communication, workers transportation, aviation, etc. There are many applications of this connectivity. So this Li-Fi or light fidelity, and there are some advantages. High speed than Wi-Fi, we can achieve high speed than Wi-Fi, 10,000 times of the frequency spectrum of the radio spectrum. More secure because data can be intercepted without a clear line of sight, because it is more secure. Eliminates neighboring network interference. So these are the advantages of Li-Fi. And disadvantages that light can't pass through the object. That is one of the disadvantages. High installation cost is another important disadvantages. And interference from external light source like sunlight, normal bulbs, etc. That is another important point. So there may be some external interference. That's interference due to some external agencies or external sources like sunlight, normal bulbs, etc. These are the disadvantages of life. And another important thing is that visible light communication, or that is VLC, visible light communication or VLC. So it is data communication which uses visible light between 400 to 800 terahertz. Okay, that is 782 375 nanometer. That is in this data communication which uses visible light. That's only visible light you're using. The technology uses fluorescent lamps to transmit signals at a 10 kbps, or LED for up to 100 Mbps, 500 Mbps over short duration. So VLC can be used for providing security and useful in body sensor networks and personal area networks. VLC operates under the concept of the transmission of the data via light rays to send and receive messages in a given distance. So there are some advantages of the VLC communication, visible light communications, and having the high bandwidth, no health hazards in case of VLC. As in case of radio waves, they may lead to some health hazards, radio wave transmission, electromagnetic transmission. In here, visible light communication, there is important advantages: no health hazards. That is important. Low power consumption. Non-licensed channels that made it attractive for the practical use. All these are the importance of or advantages of visible light communications. Okay, that's all about uh, Li-Fi and the visible light communication.